Welcome to sunny Tampere. I hope you can hear my voice. Why I'm doing these trips, I usually choose some nice destination to go to something to do with technology or history. In this case, I'm going to Radio Mast, hoping to find some secrets or something interesting from there. Also, when I do these long walks, I look into all kind of interesting historical or technological things that I see in the way. So this is what my journeys and these videos are about. Small things of history and technology, and then some main place which I purposely go to see. Not always succeeding, sometimes total utter failures, nothing interesting, but that's the way of adventuring. I used to go look in search into mines here in Finland and old factories, all kind of historical ancient manufacturing sites, all this kind of stuff. Yes, you can see it's very beautiful weather here in Tampere. I will be walking on top of very high hills here, at least according to the map. Let's see how it will be in reality. Okay, time I will continue this one. Still walking. Beautiful places. This is on kind of a ridge with a lot of pines. So the smell here is incredible. Blue sky, white clouds, beautiful houses, absolutely beautiful forests. So I'm on the final leg of my trip. Basically, I entered the forest. That looks about like this. Yeah, okay, I think I need to put the camera away while I'm climbing up. See you later. So finally over the hill. We are approaching here through the forest. So why is this tower so important to me? Well, you know, many people who visit old houses and so on, and they say, old places, they say, I wish if the walls could talk or tell the stories that they've seen. You can say the same thing about radio transmitters. They have done, many older ones, transmission for over 100 years in mobile phone. All the stuff from a mobile phone has gone through there. All the radio transmissions ever sent has gone through there. All the TV transmissions ever transmitted have gone through there. So these have seen so much of the human modern history. All the good and the bad sides, as often in history, things have been transmitted through radio, transmitted through TV, and so on. So, yeah, if only the radio transmitters and the transmission towers could talk and tell all the stories they've heard, all the stories which we were not meant to hear. Also, even if you just see the radio transmitters everywhere, these towers, mobile phone towers, so on, or cell towers, how people call it, you see them everywhere, you think, nothing special. Well, their development of over 100 years of engineering, huge amount of human resources put into them, and no matter how irrelevant they seem to be, just some ugly things standing up into the air, they are the one things that almost everything, meaning antennas and the infrastructure around them, that's everything our entire societies are now based on. And not just in Western world, but globally. Mobile phones, wireless or data transmission, internet, TV, radio, everything is based on those towers and the existence of those antennas and towers. So yes, they are historically important, but despite they're not so obvious part of our lives every day, as they're part of the infrastructure, but nonetheless they are the most important part of it, and they play a very vital role in this world. And even if you often see and even if you think about like mobile phones, TV and radio as the obvious ones, But there are lots of other uses. All kind of electronic appliances, systems use radio transmission and towers for transmitting the information back and forth, control information. There's the militaries use them really extensively. There's an active pirate movement around the world. People are rebelling against their governments, sending information about freedom, true information about what's going on in their countries through radio waves. There's pirate radios. There's all kind of activity happening in the radio waves. I used to look for mines, old and really ancient mines, when I was living in the capital area here in Finland. Unfortunately, here where I'm now living, I have not yet been able to find any kind of old documentation about old mines here. If I do, I'm going to definitely make videos about those, but no, I'm not going inside the mines. In Finland, most mines are usually completely flooded, very old and very dangerous. So those are not just, I want to find the infrastructure usually built around them and the mine shafts themselves and other interesting industrial stuff, mills and so on. So here's the tower. It's called Soppemäki Radio and TV Tower. It's located in Ylöjärvi, north of Tampere. It was built in 1960. The concrete part is around 67.5 meters tall. Original height of the whole thing, including the mast on top, was 150 meters. It's been lowered lately, so mainly this was in the 60s and 70s. This was a TV transmission tower. Let's zoom in a bit and let's look up. That's what it looks like. So it's basically just nothing special there. Just mobile phones, maybe nowadays radio. It used to be TV transmission, and since the TV transmissions ended, it's only been used for radio and mobile phone and this kind of stuff. Nothing special, but just rather interesting since it's a completely concrete one, and it's been shorted from the top quite a lot. It was a lot taller, the metal part on top, and this bottom part is this concrete one. So besides seeing that 1960s tower, and as far as I can see, nothing special there, not so much antennas or anything that would refer to military or anything there. Usually these sites are fenced around because of safety. Things can, unlike in Finland where we have winter, snow and ice, things can drop from the antenna from top of the mast in the tower and hurt people. So that's why you're not allowed to, for safety reasons. They have high power equipment there, so you're not allowed to go for safety reasons. Of course, vandalism is another thing. So I do respect all signs given by different authorities, like do not enter, do not photograph, and so on. This one didn't have anything on the gate, so that's why I showed that to you. Interesting, what I found next to it is this huge piece of concrete with metal anchors on it. Based on the size and weight, I would say this was some sort of a suspension anchor, maybe when the tower was much taller. Maybe there were cables connected to here, not sure, but would look like. Let's go see if we can find the rest of the anchors. So I'm going along the road or path which goes around the fenced area of the tower. Oh, there are still some tension cables there. Let me point them to you. I don't know if you can see, but there's tension cables going to two sides still, just not to that one. So maybe they needed more of them in the old days. And there's lots of windows, so there's probably really good views from top. Okay. And I found the other concrete block. Here it is. With the same kind of attachments, approximately on the other side of the site. I couldn't find anything on the other side, which I came through. Could be just here hidden in the forest This just happened to be next to a path. There's some old sign there. Maybe it was some, I don't know if you can see it, old column there. Could be possibly a sign to avoid coming nearby. I don't know, this appears to be a much bigger. This is a much larger piece of concrete than the other one. This one has, I think, 3 holders. Yeah, much bigger thing. Okay, let's continue around the site. I'm back on the path around the perimeter fence. And like I said earlier, these kind of fences, I mean, they're not going to stop anyone from getting in there if someone really would want, which I don't. It would be nice if invited to go and see the place. But it's just to make people understand that things can fall from the top of the tower and from quite a height, especially during winter. And it's better to stay clear. I was trying to find where the current cable attachments are going, but it's almost impossible to see them since they're white, and impossible to see them against the white blue sky with the trees and the branches. So anyway, they went quite a lot further distance than these ones, which are closer, so I don't know exactly how it was tensioned. Yeah, it's very dense forest around it, so let's put it this way, if they would have something of interest there. Okay, here's an old, I guess used to be a path for bigger tractors or something. So there was some infrastructure maybe here before. Vehicles leave paths to forests that will last a very long time. I'm now going into a forest which is, there's no proper path here, but I want to see if there's anything of interest here, of any infrastructure. Obviously they've taken down a lot of stuff from the tower, but okay, the fence turns quite abruptly in certain places. Not entirely sure why. I mean, if it was just a uniform, maybe just the shape of the land owned by the one who owns the tower now. Okay. Yeah, nothing special here. I think there's a high hill on top, or small hill behind the tower. I think that might be point of one of the tensioners, but oh, it's very bouldery. I'm not bothering to twist my ankle there, at least not now. I'm getting a bit tired. Doesn't seem to be much of anything interest on this side of the tower. Just fence. Okay, I have ended up somewhere. I see a small road, but so far no other tensioners. Or whatever you call them. Let's get to the main road. Oh, okay. Okay, so actually I'm on the road that goes across. So theoretically there could be some tension. Okay, here's a view I was looking for. Let's hope. So here's the lowest part of the tower. You see windows there. There's some white box there. Looks like something for mobile phone use. Second after the first balcony. More stuff for mobile phone use. Doors, windows. And then there's TV and mobile phone stuff on top. But you can see that on the walls there's huge amount of, I hope you can see, huge amount of holes and attachments that have been patched with concrete. So I'm almost certain there has been a lot more antennas and stuff there. And considering that the metal steel part was much taller, so I think there's been a lot more equipment there than what you see now. I hope, sorry to blow, it was due to the amount of mosquitoes on the microphone. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Hope we can see something on this. So reduced significantly, but you still have some interesting stuff. Now, not so much. Okay, it's time for me to start walking home. Though since I walked several hours here, I mean not so long distance, 15. Let's check. Okay, around 17, 18 kilometers. 18 kilometers I walked here. So I think now I will go to look at the nearby town, see what they have. If I see something interesting on the way, I will make small clips and show them to you.